I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. But if I have to beg, plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't you proud to beg, sweet darling? Please don't leave me, girl. Ain't you proud to plead, baby, baby? Please don't leave me, girl. Now I heard a crying man is half a man with no sense of pride. But if I have to cry to keep you, I don't mind weeping if it'll keep you by my side. Ain't you proud to beg, sweet darling? Please don't leave me, girl. Ain't you proud to plead, baby, baby?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Baby Love Music Hour. I am Bobby Baby Walker, and we're at the Madhouse Studios. And we want to thank Tom and Victoria for working the cameras. And today we're gonna start reviewing what we learned previously. On the screen, you'll see a staff, and it illustrates the letters of the lines. Anywhere along these lines is the letter E. It's called the letter E. All the way along this line is called G. Along this line is called B. Anywhere on the third line in music is B, in the treble clef. Anywhere along this line is called D, and anywhere along this line is called F. So if you have a note on any one of those lines, these are the letters that they are called. These are their names, okay? And we say that this is every good boy does fine in order to find it or remember it quickly, okay? After a while, it'll just come to you, but these are the letter names, okay? Every, the E, good, the G, boy, the B, does, the D, and fine, the F, okay? All right. Next, we have the spaces. Anywhere along this space, the bottom space, is called F. Anywhere along this space is called A. Anywhere along this space is called D. And anywhere along this space, the fourth space, is called E, all right? So the first one is F, the second one is A, the third one is C, and the last one is E. And this spells face, okay? All right, so now I'd like to mention to you that if you notice, E, the alphabet, okay? E, F, G, right? A, B, C, D, E, and F, okay? So this is essentially the 7 letters of the scale, all right? And 2 of them are duplicated, okay? So E, F, you have E, F up there. So E, F. You have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right? And then it starts over. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. And the next note up here is the same as here, F, G. F, and over the staff is G. All right? Okay, that's a little review on the staff. Now I'd like to go to the scales. The scale, we're going to do the scale of, work with the scale of D today. And the scale of D is the same as the scale of D major. It's the same as C major. The only thing that is different is that it's on a different pitch and it starts on a different tone that has to be adjusted with sharps. Okay? The C scale is also called what? Or the major scale is also called what? That's right, the Aeolian mode. Okay? We went through this a few lessons ago. And the major scale is called the Aeolian mode. And that is this scale right here, the D scale. And it has 8 notes, D, E, F, G, A, B, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Okay? Now, these sharps are there because they start on a different tone than C. Okay? The C major scale doesn't have any sharps or any flats. This scale has 2 sharps, and that's because it starts on a different tone and it has to be adjusted in order to sound like a major scale. Okay? And therefore, they put in 2 sharps to do that. Okay? Now, we had gone through intervals, right? And if you write this D all the way across the scale on the D line under the scale, right? We said that E is the line, right? So before E in the alphabet is D. So D is here. And if we write it all the way across on each one of those lines, on each one of those, under each one of those notes, we have what we call intervals. 2 Ds, DD, DE, DF sharp, DG, DA, DB, C sharp, D. Okay? And it sounds like this. Do, 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 re, do, mi, do, fa, do, so, do, la, do, ti, do, do. And if you do it backwards, it's do, ti, do, re, do, so, do, fa, do, ti, do, re, do, do. Okay? That's backwards and forward. And that's the way basically the intervals sound. Okay? I'm going to do that for you again. Do, re, do, mi, do, fa, do, so, do, la, do, ti, do, 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 ti, do, la, do, so, do, fa, do, mi, do, re, do, do, do. That is the major scale in intervals, ascending and descending. And with that, we will go to commercial. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Baby Love Music Hour at the Madhouse Studios. We are reviewing some of the stuff that we learned in previous lessons, just so that we can extend the knowledge base of each particular lesson, because each lesson has its a million and one things associated with it. So we're just going to review a few of those things. Right here behind me, we have the D scale, and it is D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. Okay? Now, if you write the D all the way across, which is the do all the way across, underneath the scale, it comes out to be do, 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 mi, do, 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 re, do, mi, do, fa, do, sol, do, la, do, ti, do, do. And if you do it backwards, it's do, ti, do, la, do, sol, do, fa, do, mi, do, re, do, do. Okay? And now we are starting to get into tones, all right? One of the things that I mentioned about the scale, another thing that I mentioned about the scale, that is that every 4 notes is what they call a tetrachord, okay? And the tetrachord, there are 2 tetrachords in every scale, all right? The upper tetrachord is always the second tetrachord, and the lower tetrachord is always the first tetrachord, okay? So this is do, re, mi, fa, right? And that will be the first tetrachord. And then sol, la, ti, do. No, la, ti, sol, la, ti, do is the second tetrachord, okay? And it goes do, re, mi, fa, right? Then the second tetrachord is sol, la, ti, do, and that one you should recognize from other pieces of music that you have heard before. Sol, la, ti, do, dum, bum, 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 bum. Okay, sol, la, ti, do. All right. I'd like you to take other scales, right, and write the do underneath the scale, right, 8 notes underneath the scale, and then practice singing them in that scale, okay? If you have a keyboard, just press you can use the one finger to do the do, and the other finger to do the rest of the scale, okay? I'm gonna ask you, review finding the key with you also. And we start by placing the sharps on, the first sharp is always F, first of all. And the second sharp, you go down 4 notes, and that's where you place your next sharp. You have to count starting with F, okay? So F, E, D, and C. So C sharp is where you put your next sharp, your second sharp, okay? So here we see F sharp, which is the first sharp, and it has no bearing on the position that it's in, okay? It just happens to be in music something set in stone. The first sharp is always F sharp. The second sharp is always C sharp, okay? So from C sharp, to find the next sharp, you have to go up 5, counting C, all right? C, D, E, F sharp, and G is the 5th note. So G sharp will go into the key signature, right? Right here, the beginning of the music or the piece, right? And you put F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp, okay? Because we went up 5 from C sharp. Okay, the next sharp, you have to go down 4, okay? Same as when we put in the F sharp, you went down 4. Well, here we have a situation where G is, we went up 5, so now we have to go down 4, okay? So down 4 from G sharp will be D, okay? Be G sharp, F sharp, E, and D. That's 4, okay? Very good. All right, so now that is the key. Oh, that is the key. The 2 sharps is the key of D. 3 sharps is the key of A, all right, because G sharp is a half step away from A, all right? And 4 sharps is the key of E, because D sharp is a half step away from the key of E, okay? All right, now we're going to go down, we're going to go up 5, okay? We went down 4 just now. Now we're going to go up 5, and up, going up 5, we have the key of, we put the sharp, all right, in on the key of A. You have to write a ledger line here to put it in, so we don't want to do that. We're going to put it down lower, okay? So it's going to be F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp, which we're going to put down here, okay? That's 5 sharps. Whenever you see 5 sharps, that is the key of, or it's a half step higher than A sharp. A half step higher than A sharp is the key of B, all right? Because B is the next line, okay? Okay, so now we're going to go to the next sharp, okay? A sharp was the last sharp, and we had to put in, modify the scale to get it in, and then we inverted it down. Inverted, good word. That means we just scroll down to the next lowest A, and we put it in, okay? Now, since that A was up above the scale, now we have to go down 4 from the top A, okay? So A, G sharp, F sharp, E sharp, right? A, G sharp, F sharp, and E sharp, okay? And that is the key of, the keys, that is a half step above E sharp, is F sharp. So that's the key of F sharp, okay? The next one would go up 5, so we'll start counting from here. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. No. Yes. A sharp, B, and C sharp. Okay, so the next from F, you're going up 4, up 5. No, you're coming down 4. Okay, wait a minute. Kind of hard to not to do this. Okay, we came from E sharp to F sharp. So now we have to go up 5. F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp. Okay? So All right. I think we have it all. We have all the sharps in. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp. That's it. That's it. So that's all the sharps. And if you put the root note, which is like if you're in the key of D, like here, you put it across here, D in under every one of these notes, and each one of them becomes an interval, and that holds true in all the scales. Okay, if you take the root note and write it across the scale, underneath the scale, it becomes the same exact interval in every scale. In this case, perfect unison is 2 Ds, right? Here is a major second because it's 2 notes apart, all right? Here it's a major third because it's 3 notes apart. Here it's a perfect fourth because it's 4 notes apart. Here it's a perfect fifth because it's 5 notes apart. Here is a major sixth because it's 6 notes apart. Here is a major seventh because it's 7 notes apart, and here it's a perfect octave because it's 8 notes apart. Okay? And that holds true in every major scale. Okay? So I'd like you to practice writing the intervals in every major scale, and if you can play them, that'll be great. Okay? And you'll see that they all sound basically alike. Okay? The only difference is that they're built on a different tone. Okay? That's the only difference. They all sound alike, and the ear usually picks it up after a certain amount of time of working with them. Okay? Some people have what they call perfect pitch, and that means that they can play a note today, and a month from now they'll recognize that note as the note that was played. Okay? Whereas a person with relative pitch does not have that capability. What they have is what they call a sliding ear. Their ear is not able to grasp that note and remember it that long. Okay? So they call that relative pitch. So if they can remember it within a couple of days, sometimes only a couple of hours, okay? But not as long as a person with perfect pitch, okay? Anyway, okay, we went through scales. Minor scales. Okay. Minor scales are scales that start on the 6th degree of the major scale, here. In the key of D, the minor scale starts here, okay? That's the 6th degree. So the relative minor, they call it, of the key of D is called B, okay? And B has the same key signature as D, the major, okay? So that means in the key of B minor, you have 2 sharps. And if you write out the scale starting on B, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, you'll see that it sounds like a minor scale. The la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Okay, one more time. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Now, I don't have perfect pitch, but I know what the minor scale should sound like, so I can pick out a note out of the clear blue and make that scale because I know what it sounds like and I know how to create it, okay? And as you go through your musical life, you will learn different tricks along the way to be able to do certain things, and that's one of them that you should strive to learn how to do, okay? Be able to sing the major scales, sing the minor scales, and its relatives, okay? Anyway, here, so that was the B, according to solfeggio and relative pitch, that was the key of B natural, okay? And B natural means that it's not altered. However, there are 2 other minor scales that are altered, okay? So this is what I like to call the granddaddy scale, minor scale, okay, the natural minor. And we have the mama minor, which is B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A sharp, and B. All right, so we altered that scale, the minor scale, 1 note, the note that leads to the B, which is the A, okay? They call it the leading tone. All notes that have a sharp or are a half note away from the tonic or the first note is called the leading tone. And that is why we altered one of the notes that we altered, so that it'll be a leading tone, okay? Okay, so that sounds like this. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, si, la, si, re, do, la, si, okay. Haven't done that in a while, I guess you can tell. Anyway, the B and the A are not altered anymore, all right? They go up the same way and come down the same way, okay? Whereas what I call the child of the minor scales is la, ti. You alter the 4th, the 6th and the 7th degree. So it's la, ti, do, re, mi, fi, si, la. And then it comes down like a natural minor, like the granddaddy. La, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. I can do that better than I can actually do it on paper, right? Okay. So it's la, ti, do, re, mi, fi, si, la, do, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Okay, so the melodic minor is called, all right? And the 6th and the 7th degree is altered to raise, is raised to the B, in this case the B, all right? So that the top tetrachord would sound, or the second tetrachord would sound like a major scale, the same as the major scale, okay? And then going back down, it will revert, or it will go back to sounding like the granddaddy, okay? Like a regular natural minor, okay? And we're gonna go to break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Madhouse Studios with Bobby Baby Walker Hour. We are in downtown Manhattan, and the Pope has gone to a different location, and the gridlock in New York is starting to dissipate. I'd like to mention that I will be doing a show in the Moonlight Cruisers, with the Moonlight Cruisers in Eastchester on October 18th and October 10th. Also, we'd like to say hello to our co-hostess, Renee Marie, who is out with the Pope, hanging out with the Pope. And so she wasn't able to make it back here by the time he left. So, but we wish her well. We hope that she gets the proper blessings, etc. I wanted to go over the fact that when you're doing exercises in music, you have to do them, isolate them, okay? You don't try to do them all the way through until you know it. So when you first try doing, for instance, a scale, all right? You try to do it all the way through. If you make mistakes, you have to isolate those mistakes and go through the bars one by one. Go through each measure one by one, okay? And go over and over and over it, all right? Whichever bar it is, like if it's bar number 4, you go over number 4 over and over and over again until you have it perfect. Then you add the next bar before it, and you go through it. And then if you do that correctly, then you go back and do it from the beginning and go all the way through the end, all right? And that's how you perfect your ability to do it all the way through. Some people can do it all the way through without problem, okay? However, that's the way I recommend that you do your practicing. You practice one bar at a time if you make a mistake, okay? And the one that you should be working on is the one that you made the mistake on, okay? Let's see. If you have any questions, please feel free to call Madhouse TV and get my number, or you can, I'll give you my number now. It's 914-400-5670. And that is 914-400-5670. And if you have any problems, I'll be more than happy to help you out with them, okay? Just give me a call. Whenever you call, okay, I will answer your call according to the time, okay? I will not call you after, say, 9:30, all right? Just so you know. You could call me anytime, all right? And I will return your call as soon as I can get it, or as soon as I can, all right? We like to say hello to the Moonlight Cruisers, And to all our friends out there, Barbara, my wife, Kathy, I know you're watching, Renee Marie, Michelangelo, hi, how we doing? Michelangelo is the gentleman that introduced me to Madhouse TVs, the greatest thing that he did. We are going to be bringing in certain performers, okay? However, we will be interviewing the performers here at Madhouse, but we will show videos of them performing, okay? Because the studio is not large enough to accommodate a large group. So we will be putting on videos of the group performing, okay? I'm not gonna mention the names of the groups, but trust me, you're gonna like them, okay? And when you see me have a senior moment, say, senior moment, okay? Anyway, we are gonna change our format slightly to include a few legal issues that the older musicians and many of you that have been in the world of music a while and have not addressed, okay? And it's very easy to not address legal matters in music, okay? I know because I've been there, done that, all right? One of the issues that we'll be addressing is the name and how the law looks at the name of a group. And we'll be discussing that hopefully with an attorney. We're gonna approach the lawyers, volunteer lawyers on the arts. We're gonna ask them to come on the show and explain the various legal issues with the name and other issues. We're going to try to get a regular amount of time for those issues, okay, so that you'll know when you go out and you won't be driving blind, so to speak, okay? And some programs will be dedicated to just performance, okay? And I'm not sure when we're going to start that, probably at the beginning of the next year or in the next year, all right? I also would like to say hello to the Bronx Veterans Parade Task Team. I don't know how many of you know, but I am a 4-time veteran. I was in the Navy 3 times and in the Army once. I played in the Army band. And I'm presently a member or the vice president of the Bronx Veterans Parade Task Team. And our task every year is to put on a parade for the Bronx. Now, our parade is not the only parade that is in the Bronx. We have, I believe, 3 other parades, okay? One in the North Bronx, East Bronx, one in the South, and another one also in the South, okay? But I have one of those South parades, okay? And I'd like to say hello to all the members of the Bronx Veterans Parade Task Team. We're working hard to put on the parade, and we're gonna need musicians to perform pro bono for the parade. If you like to get on TV or, be in the print, and legitimize your name, etc., please contact me, 914-400-5670, okay? And we'll get you on. The parade is going to be November 7th. November 7th. That's a little more than a month away. And we should be finalizing everything before that. Okay, we don't have much time, so if you guys want to get in on it, let me know, all right? 914-400-5670. Okay. The parade, the task team was created approximately 1 year ago. And so we've done one parade, and we are in the process of doing another one November 7th, okay? We're not new to this. It's just that our organization is new, okay? Okay, so with that, I'm going to end the show, and we're hoping that you'll come back next Saturday, or excuse me, 2 Saturdays from now, and next Saturday too. We don't want to leave Renee Marie out with the stroke of luck, okay? And so we'll ask you to come back next week. And that's all.